Hi everyone, welcome back. My name's Katrina Chadwick and I do a crochet podcast here on YouTube. I want to say welcome back to anyone who's coming back for my third episode now, number 3. And for all the new people, welcome. I'm a bit choked up, so you're going to hear that, sorry. I'm recording for the second time. This episode I did film a week ago, but the sound was a bit up and down and it was really bugging me, so I'm doing it again. So fingers crossed this one goes well. And yes, I've just been suffering with a inner ear infection on both my ears, so I've just been a little bit nasally with my sinuses and stuff, so that's what you're hearing coming through in this one. But I'm all about the crochet still, so it's all good. So where am I going to go? First of all, I should say that I am in Australia. I'm in New South Wales, in a little rural town in Australia, and today and the last couple of days it's been rainy. I'm just looking at my windows. I've got 2 big windows just here, which is letting in all the natural light, which is really nice. And it's a bit overcast today and it's been rainy, but it's been good because, rolling into my first thing I should show you, I have a finished object, which is this lovely shawl. Now, I'm going to have to go above my head here, but so I finished the Where We Meet shawl. So I'm just showing you the shawl itself. Okay, so that is the Where We Meet shawl. I do have a little bit of info about it here. Let's just put this back on. So I used 1 sheepy's whirl cake in Licorice Yum Yum. That is the name of the colourway. The colourway, that would be the one. So I have this tiny ball left. I've wound it in my yarn winder and it's all ready to go because I'm thinking I might make socks with it. It's 4 ply, the sheepy's whirl. It's 225 grams. It's 1,000 meters. I don't know the conversion into yards. Sorry, I don't have the ball band with me. My kids have taken off with it, so I've got no idea where it went. But just to give you an idea, here is a black and white photo. Yep, you can see that. So I apologise for that it's not colour, but that's the black and white version. It is from In the Yarn Garden. That is the designer's name. And it was fabulous. I'm just looking at down where I set the pattern then. And it was really good to make. It took me 10 days. I got a bit obsessive to finish it. But I just love the lace panels here that then go into these colour panels. So because this is the Licorice Yum Yum colourway, it doesn't fade from one stark colour to another. It fades from black to white and it goes through the grey spectrum as well, which is what you're seeing in this. I'm just fading through. So with this pattern, you use both ends of the ball at the same time. You start with the black piece at one end and then you pull out the middle at the centre of the white bit, and then that's what creates the contrast pieces between the blocks. And then at the very end, you're working with the grey that really is more or less the same colour and creates this nice lace bit. Oh, bit of noise there, sorry, that might be my cat. But that's where the grey sort of just blends in there at the end. So that was the first thing I finished, which was terrific because I showed you this last time and I was determined to get this finished. This is my Blurred Line sweater by Addie Day Designs. But I ran into some trouble. So this is the jumper. And last time I had just done the body piece. So I had done the top bit to the bottom. And I think I may not have even done the ridging on the bottom here. But I finished my arms and I got, because the arms will get worked down and then you start again. So I've cast on and finished the arm here in the Save the Bees colourway, which was from Natural Fibre Arts. And then I've used Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton and done the blur part into the arm, and then I've gone into my ribbing. I've even created a thumb hole. So that was really great. And then I cast on the other side. And I probably got half this section done. So if I hold the arms together, you get an idea. So I ran out just shy. So I need about, I've worked out about 15 rows, including these little ones in here, of this colour. Now I could rip it all back and then even it out, start the blurring a bit earlier, and then have done that. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to rip back all that work when potentially I could buy some more. So what I've done is I've just left it. I've put my little stitch marker, but you can see I lost a yarn chicken. Like, that's all I had left. So the lady who Natural Fibre Art Cheryl, she went on holidays because her first grandbaby was born, and the shop was then shut the day that I ran out of yarn, always the way. So I was waiting for her to come back. She came back after the long weekend. Here in Australia we had a long weekend, the 29th, 30th and the 1st of October, that is. So she came back the 1st and just sending out some orders on the 3rd to catch up, but as yet this colourway has not been included on the website getting back up. So I don't know if she hasn't dyed any yet, so I'm just going to have to probably send her a message to ask if she's got any lying about or if she's going to dye any. So potential problem could be that I won't get any more and I'll have to rip it back, but I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just moving on with all my other projects and just trying to get stuff done. So blurred line sweater, like 90% done, I'd say. It's just that last little bit, and then I've just got to weave in all the ends and then it will be done and worn. So fingers crossed next month I should have this either done or, you know, I should be finishing it quickly. See how we go, because I'll see how I go with this yarn. So that's the update on my blurred lines. So that was, I started that straight away because I wanted to get that done, and then when I stopped I got this done, and I was sort of looking for things to do then, but then I had an idea that I wanted to get a Christmas present completed for one of my close friends, and I don't know if she watches this, so I'm not going to say anything, but anyway, she is a really close friend. She appreciates handmade gifts and items, which is terrific because I can talk to her about this stuff and she understands, and she's one of the few people that do, so which is really good. So I used my Heartland, Lion Brand Heartland, oops, there we go. This is Yellowstone. I believe this colourway has been discontinued. I don't think they're doing the Yellowstone. So this is the Yellowstone. I haven't weaved in ends, but I still classify it as completed, so oopsie. Should have done it before I actually started filming, but that's okay. So I completed a cowl. So this is the Celtic Winter's cowl. I always get the Celtic and the winter part up the wrong way, but it's a beautiful Celtic weave stitch, which I've never done before. Forewarning for anyone who's just starting out with this, I didn't see the pattern start to take effect until about the 3rd or 4th round. So you do your foundation chain. I can't even remember which side is the foundation chain. I think it's here. So you do a foundation chain, and then you do like one more chain row, like to reinforce it and create a little edge, and then you start the actual weave stitch, Celtic weave stitch. And it was probably till about here, like 3 knots through, that I saw it take effect, and it really started to look effective. So then I kept going. Now I haven't done as many repeats in the pattern. I think I've done 9. I think it called for 14, but if I take this off and show you, I didn't want it to be too big for the person who it's for as a gift. Oops, trying not to mess up my hair because I do my hair. So I just wanted it to be something that on a cold day like today I can wear it like this, over the top of a top. I haven't blocked or anything either, which I will do. And just like that, something nice, keep your chin, neck warm. And then if she's going to the snow, so it's just enough to sort of, but yeah. So I do like it. Tempted to make one for me or make something with Celtic weave, because Celtic weave looks really, really good. And by the way, if I'm not looking directly at the camera, I have something set up behind so I can tell if things are in screen today, because I've been guessing a little bit, hit and miss. Things have been working out. So that was my second finished object for this month. I don't have a printed pattern, to show you for that, to show you the but it is a free pattern on Ravelry. So if you would like to use that, it calls for like a chunky, like a thicker yarn. I used the Lion Brand Heartland, which is, it says medium on the back, and the stitch, it says 6mm hook on the back here, but the pattern itself called for a 9mm hook. So what I did was I used a 9mm hook with this yarn to see if I was going to get, not gauge, but just to see if it sort of worked really well. I'm a bit lazy in the sense of gauge, unless it's a cardigan or something really large, like a large blanket. I won't really swatch for gauge. With smaller projects like this, like the Cowl or like a kid's beanie, I won't swatch because I can usually fiddle with the pattern itself to make it work. I'm sort of getting better and better at that. I can add a stitch here or there to make it a little bit wider, and an extra increased row if I think it's not going to fit. So that was that one. But yes, it's the Celtic Winters Cowl. It's free on Ravelry. If you want the PDF straight off, then it is a paid pattern, but otherwise you can go to the website of the lady and do it. I think it's in knots, something in knots. I may have to double check that, but yes, it is on there. And then I did finish something else, which was pretty exciting, but I don't have it with me, so I'm going to apologise about that. It was a gift. I had a rush commission. I had a lovely friend of mine who lives a little bit further away from me. She's a nurse. I'm one of the nurses that... So I made another tiny T-Rex. And I'm going to show you. So this is the pattern. Now this is a free pattern on Ravelry. I always forget the lady's name. Crystal Kovenig. Apologise again if I pronounce your name wrong. But it's a lovely pattern by Crystal. But as everyone knows, if you've watched my previous videos, I crocheted the dinosaurs in the wrong terminology. So the first time round, I'm pretty sure it says... It doesn't say trebles, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's written for UK and I was doing it in US, so it ended up being quite larger than the pattern itself. And I didn't realise to start off with I made quite a few of them, and because I'd post them up on my social media, all my friends and family had seen them in the wrong, like made wrong, incorrectly. But that didn't matter. They loved them, and I had a few commissions, and I had another one. Again, she wanted exactly the same as what I'd made before, so I was like, that's fine. She doesn't care that it's the other, like my interpretation of the pattern. So it was navy blue and brown, and I'm gonna have to see if I can insert a picture around here somewhere. And then hopefully I can show you that, because it has been gifted. The lady who asked for it asked if I could make it in a week, and I had a massive rush order and I did it within a couple of days. And then because I knew I was going to be busy and working and not in her direction to drop it off, I just said, you know, I'm going to have to do it this day. This is the only day I can get to you, otherwise you're going to have to come pick it up. And because she was a nurse, she was working, so it ended up really well. It fell into place. So we got it to her, and I'm pretty sure it's now with the recipient. That was probably 3 weeks ago. So yes, it's with its new home and with its new bubba. So my plan is then to make a few of those dinosaurs the correct way, the way the pattern was written, and hopefully, maybe not for my boys, but for gifts for other people later on down the track. But for the minute, I'm just kind of over making them. They are beautiful patterns, but I have made 6. Now, if I was to take my time and to do it the way I originally started making them, I was a little bit slower. I was about 3 weeks to make them. And so to spit one out in a couple of days was just tiresome, because that's all I did. I didn't do housework or anything, which I don't need an excuse to not do housework. Let's be honest. Not a big fan. But anyway, that is all my completed projects. So shawl, cowl, and tiny T-Rex amigurumi, which is massive for me. For a month, I think they're pretty big projects all in all. And then to get that, so lots and lots of progress in my jumper as well. And from there, I just want to say thank you as well, because I've just had a reminder come through my brain. I want to thank Scraptastic Yarns, who is a podcaster. I'm pretty sure her name is Jane, here on YouTube. And she tagged me, and I know a lot of people came over from there. So I just wanted to say thank you, because that is amazing. And I'm hoping to remember to tag her in the drop down box below, at least as a minimum. If that's the only thing I'm going to tag, at least it'll be her, to say thank you, to send people her way. I've since, because I did not know about her channel, so I've since watched her videos, and they're really good, and it's good to see what other people are making as well. This week I found half a dozen to a dozen other podcast channels to watch, and crochet and knitting. I like watching knitting ones as well. I crochet whilst I'm watching the knitting ones. Sometimes I can't relate, and that's fine, because I don't understand the stitches or, you know, the finer bits of what they're talking about. But it's really nice, it's really interesting. So yeah, but I just wanted to add that in there. So currently I've got a few whips, not lots. Well, for me they're lots, because I usually work pretty monogamously on one thing at a time. So I have got, I'll go the closest thing to me that I can grab. So I've started, a bit of a close up of my face there, sorry. I have started a beanie. So this is a free pattern from Yarnspirations. It's using the Karen cupcakes. I think it was a pattern that came with them, like on the ball band, and it sends you to the website to get the free pattern. And I had a ball of this yarn. So I bought this for, in Australia this is, in Australia the Karen cupcakes were about $15, and this one is a Sunday beanie by Portercraft, and its colour is Tangerine Dream. So it came with a little pom-pom as well. I've taken it off, it's in my bag, but I don't want to get it because everything will fall over. But it came with like a little green, like this green here, pom-pom. So I have started a beanie for my son, my eldest son. I've got 2 boys, they're both toddlers, a 4-year-old. He turned 4 5 days ago, no, 6 days ago, end of September. And yes, so he's a big boy now, but it'll be for next winter / the cold days. We've got a couple of cold days still happening, so that's fine. And I'm hoping to give it to him as a Christmas gift, I think. So I shall endeavour to get it done fairly quickly. I've started, that's the top piece, and it works down. As you can see, it goes through the colours, then touches the beanie. So it's a fairly soft cake. It's a little bit rough, but I think what I'm going to do is finish it, like make it, and then put it through my washing machine in one of those bags for bras and undies, those like delicates bags, and then possibly put it through the dryer as well, because it is acrylic. It's, let me look, wash and care instructions, and it says nothing. Handy that. Oh no, down here. If I had a look. So warm, gentle wash, low heat, gentle dry. Yeah, so it's fine to go in the dryer. And definitely, I love when you look at these, and because you're on the camera, you can't read it for some reason. But yeah, 100% acrylic. So all good, love the colours, I think you'll like it. So that is my current whip that I've started as of last night. I bought the yarn cake. Unfortunately, 2 Fridays ago, I had a funeral to attend. Someone I'd known all my life. It wasn't a direct family member, but someone who has been very close to my family. I consider her an auntie. It was her father. So we went, and it was on the way back that we found this little shop, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they've got some yarn in there, so I'll go have a look. And it cheered me up a bit in the afternoon, so that was nice. And then my second one is, which I have showed these before as well, but I've actually got a little bit of progress on because these were tiny before. So I started the Magdalene socks, which is actually a free pattern. You can get it through Ravelry. It's by Vicky Brown. And I've got it through the Inside Crochet. The issue 101. And I'm still making stuff from this book. I love it. Her pattern was in here. And I saw the pattern in the book when I first got it. And then we have all the sock-alongs happening. We have Crafternoon Treats. I'm pretty sure it's Crafternoon Treats. That's hosting and Crochet Luna. They're doing a sock-along 2018. And everyone's taking part in that, which is amazing. I love it. I love seeing all the posts and see what everyone's making. But then Little Drops of Wonderful is having a Strictly sock-along, which is to do with the UK's Strictly Come Dancing, which is Dancing with the Stars. I know in Australia. I think it's Dancing with the Stars in the US as well. And everyone's making socks and just crocheting or knitting socks along with them. So I think it was about up to here before. I just started the yellow. So I've done this little bit, and I'm almost at the heel flap. Yes, so I'm almost at the heel flap, just looking at the pattern for reference. But I needed to make that 13 centimeters. I think it's about 8 or 9, so I'm not far off. I'll probably get to the heel and start the heel tonight, possibly, if not the next. And my next project is the Mirage Ponytail Hat and Cowl by Hannah Siegmund of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. And these are whips I haven't started. These are things that are next. So I'll try and get either the beanie done or the socks and then start these things. But I'm all ready to go. So I already had this. This was a beautiful skein of, so it is from Natural Fibre Arts. There's a sticker on it. So I'm sorry you can't see the full logo, but Natural Fibre Arts again, when I bought my yarn for my blurred lines jumper. Excuse me. I got some extra stuff, and this one's Parakeet colorway. It is NFA Merino DK in the natural, so 100% merino wool. It's 225 meters, and it's the perfect length to make the Mirage cowl. So I think I might make that cowl for myself. It has yellows, little speckles of orange and black. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, but I think this is going to be perfect. So I've got it all caked up. My husband helped me cake it. Here's my Swift. He stands there with it, the yarn, and does this whole, and I just stand there in the winder. And I laugh at him. I really need to video one day. It is hilarious. And he just does that. He's like a transformer. He transforms into a Swift. but he loves it because he thinks it's his job helping me out with it. So it's the cutest thing ever. So there's that, and then I still want to make that dress out of this magazine. And I had shown you in my last video that I had bought the yarn for it. So it is the Secret Garden dress by Cassie Ward. It's free because I've got the magazine, but I think it might be a paid pattern. I don't think it's free on Ravelry. I think it's a paid pattern. And I have my yarn just here in my massive bag. So I opened up my yarn and I got out one of my crochet hooks. And I decided to make the motif, the little granny squares, in 3 different sizes using 3 different size hooks. So it's the same yarn, 3 different size hooks. This is the medium, and that's, I think, the colors I'm going to, like the order, I'll keep my colors. The grey will always be on the outside, but my kids, have a look, got to it with their scissors. So I'll unwrap the grey and then I'll redo the grey on this. So I've only done one of my motifs, but these are all sheepies. I'll get a ball band. So there's Sheepy's Colour Crafter. There's 3 different colours. I cannot pronounce the names. Look at my last video for that. You may hear my son, he's just woken up near me. Hello. And so that's the dress. Haven't really got far in that. And then the last thing I quickly want to show you before hey buddy. The last thing to show you, sorry, twinkling, is, yeah, bud. Oh, sorry, bad noises. Bad noises. I bought 5 colours to make a Granny Rocks jumper. Now this isn't all the yarn I'll need for it, but I've got quite a bit. So it's, oh, I just dropped it all. Carnival Soft 8 Ply. It's by Panda. Yeah, Panda is the overriding company, but it is quite soft. I felt all the different colours and plies in it. Do you want to come up and say hello? Oh, my little man saying hello. Gonna say hello? Say hi. So I think I'm gonna say goodbye because he's just woken up and very grumpy. But that's the Granny Rocks jumper, which hopefully you'll see me buying the pattern and showing you more of it later. But thank you for watching, guys. That's where I'm up to so far, and I'll see you next time. Bye.